Get ready. Today we're hearing from white MAGA voters who are saying, "We put the wrong man in office." Talk about a rare confession. Let's unpack the regret, the red flags, and what they're saying now. In a viral CNN interview, formerly staunch Trump supporters from battleground states like West Virginia and Pennsylvania own up to mistakes, admitting they didn't see this coming and feel betrayed by GOP promises that never materialized. One voter even calls it the biggest mistake of my life, expressing frustration over rising prices, stalled infrastructure, and a feeling of abandonment. Many echo a common theme. He said he'd fix it, but didn't. They're now confronting the harsh reality of economic hardship, broken promises, and political chaos. Some even wonder if they should have considered candidates outside the MAGA bubble, or asked more questions before checking that box.
All these dude bro influencers like crash out because gambling is now taxed even if you lose. It's just so hilarious because like y'all were all so right wing and like, oh, Trump, yay, we get to be more rich. Ha, loser. He bankrupted a casino and now he hates casinos, so he's coming for your money. Everything this man does is out of spite. How have you not learned that yet? I can't wait till my like grandpa who only consumes Fox News and his only hobby is gambling finds this shit out. This is gonna be fun. I guess it is kind of eating the rich though. So I don't know. But Donald is low-key a queen, guys. Like, so petty that you bankrupted a casino all those years ago that now you have to go after all gambling. That's some petty shit. No, but really everyone who voted for that bill.
I've been seeing posts all day from Trump voters who are upset that Project 2025 policies are being put into place and taking funding away from veterans, from farmers, and from Social Security recipients. And the only thing that I can say is we told you so. And that's not to be mean. We spent a lot of time saying that Project 2025 was the plan. But you told us that Trump said Project 2025 wasn't the plan, that was not the idea. But now he has put all of the architects of Project 2025 in place. He's put them in the head of the OMB, the White House Budgeting Office. He has put the architects of Project 2025 in the places they need to do to cut funding from farmers, from veterans, and from the people who rely most on government support. Seniors, farmers, our veterans. These are the people that he is taking funding away from. This was always the plan. Project 2025 was always the plan. And you said that he says it wasn't the plan, that he campaigned and he promised us. But you are the ones who says don't believe anything that Trump says. You can't believe. So why did you believe him when he said Project 2025 wasn't the plan? When he selected a vice president that wrote the forward for Project 2025? When he said everything he was going to do was always headed towards Project 2025. And so when your farm is taken away from you, when your veteran benefits are taken away from you, just know we tried to warn you.
America as we know it is done. And I'm kind of pissed off about this. I've been shot at, blown up, watched friends die for this country. And it's done. It's gone. And it's all white supremacists' fault. MAGA, Republicans, all of them. Billionaires. Oh, and we can't forget Israel's blood money on top of that.
Dear MAGA, tell me how the big, beautiful bill is going to make your life better. Go.
You do realize that most of you aren't in the right tax bracket to be celebrating, right?
Hello, my fellow Americans. I'd just like to understand if everybody here understands what filial laws are. Because frankly, if they do pass this budget bill that they're talking about passing and Medicaid gets basically defunded to the tune of like $1 trillion, well, hospitals that rely on that funding and nursing homes that rely on that funding, well, they're basically going to have to go back to privatized care. And if they go back to privatized care, well, I'm going to be honest with you, a couple shareholders are going to get rich. Our claims are going to get automatically set to denials. And, we're going to be on the hook financially because filial laws are applying in like 30 states. So you should really understand what that's going to mean for you, because basically it's saying that they can hold hold you civilly or criminally liable for not paying for your elderly parents and or in some cases grandparents medical care. Okay, in my situation, you may only have one living parent left, and he might have been an abusive piece of shit because he was an alcoholic and an addict. And honestly, you might not want to do that. You might rather want to go to jail than do that. So frankly, I think everybody should understand what it is that these people are voting for. And I know a lot of people were concerned about overtimes and taxes and taxes on tips and things. That's just the tip of the damn iceberg when it comes to this bill, okay? And a lot of people that are voting for it haven't even read the whole thing. They've basically said that, okay, which I don't understand how that's even possible, because I know in my past position, if I didn't read a contract but I bound the company to it, I'd be held fucking liable for that shit, okay? So I would just like to understand what it is we're all doing. And I would also like to understand why it is that MAGA Republicans seem to think that it's okay for their leaders to lie to them, because they said they weren't going to cut Medicaid funding, and they also said that they weren't going to, enact Project 2025. But here we are.
This is a question for MAGA, and I'm literally looking for genuine, open dialogue here. I'm not even joking. Is your support of the big, beautiful bill, is it based on the fact that you truly believe that it is going to be beneficial in the long run? That it is going to help the country? I mean, we see a lot of information coming out saying that this is going to increase the deficit substantially. But do you believe that in the short term it's more worth doing this? Or, and again, if this is how you feel, I'm open to hearing it. Are you of the mind that you are willing to see the deficit increase, you're willing to possibly lose your own benefits because you feel that there are people in this country that don't deserve those benefits? So even if you suffer, you're okay suffering a little bit, so as long as they lose stuff too. Like, genuinely, I want to hear this, because really everything that I'm hearing and seeing is bad. We have nonpartisan groups that are basically budget watchdogs, Democrats and Republicans in these groups that are saying this is bad news. We have financial experts with decades of experience saying this looks like bad news. But yeah, like, I genuinely want to hear why you think that all of their experience, all of their advice, all of their expertise, it doesn't matter. You think this bill needs to be passed. I just want to hear it.
This isn't just another celebrity scandal. It's political accountability from the people who actually voted. Real regret from real voters is rare, and it matters. And this narrative shift, it could spark a wave of midterm rebellion or change the GOP's path ahead of 2026. What do you think? Is this bandwagon confession or genuine regret? Drop your hottest take below, like if you're all about hearing from real voters, not just pundits. Subscribe for daily drama in politics, celebrity, and everything trending on YouTube, TikTok, IG, and FB.